Yeah, so we have this is back close this, and yeah, so let's give it another 15, another 15. Oops. Oh, why is it, why am I wasting time on this? Cool. So yeah, so we're back again, and this time around i I had to go look out for this validation. So it's actually if the length is less than or equal to 15. Great. So that means this is the validation. Length should be less than or equal to 15. So if it's not less than or equal to 15, then we output this results. You get it? So if the length is not up to this amount, then so that means if this thing fails, if this rule fail, there's a response we give to the user. So something like that, right? Good. So here, the value if the value is not there, it's not set, tell the user that it's required. It's the same for here. So this is actually a function that returns a rule, and the rule passes. Sure, if it doesn't pass, then you return it. So cool. So I fixed that, and so yeah, I'm going to where is the form again? Oops, yeah. So I'm going to bring back my counter, and I'm going to set it to 15, 12. Yeah, 12, because the name cannot be 15. Why? So I'll just bring this back to 12. So that's done. We thank God. So now let's test this if it's working. Right. Let's see if this works. Is it saved? Oh, it's still bundling. Oh, it's done. Good. So no errors. We go to comments. So the name is Ghana. No errors. Comment is Vue. Yeah. We put. So this is what we have. For the button start loading, right? Cool. So we are done. So button is loading. This is done. This is done. This is set. So now our thing is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to call in the post service. Okay. Dot. We named it what? Is it add post? Wait. So we go to our post API. So you have an add post here. Good. So we can now call our post service. And our post service is this, which is getting from the API post, right? Yeah. So we can call it. So it's a post service dot. How am I not getting it? I should get it from the listing. Anyways, add post, then dot then. So we're going to send in the post, right? So self dot. No, wait. Is it add post or add comments? Oh, am I making a mistake? But it's comments. We're actually adding a comment, not a post. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. How am I making all these silly mistakes? So this will be done later. Okay, I think this is done. We'll probably do it. So this is a comment. So it's already done. I've already done it here. So add comments, blah blah. We add a comment and all that stuff here already. So it's comments I should be calling, not post. So yeah, I get comments and I say add. Did I delete comments or comments? Comments. So I'll just copy it. Now say add comments. So now I can pass in the objects self the comment form, right? So then we're going to receive a response, and then when the response is okay, we need to do something, right? So the first thing I think we need to do is we have to stop the uh, button loading. we have to stop the button loading, and then we have to close the comment visible. All right, you have to let's say when you click on this, the button should stop loading, and then you should close it. Right, you should close this thing. So so once this is done, we can what should we do? So okay, so we can I can just run the function called run this function called finish. All right, run this method called finish, and then run this self dot oop 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 oop. Whew. There's an issue. I don't know. I'm thinking of how I can. Okay, cool. Let me do this. So we run this method called finish, right? Because I don't want this thing to be too long. So the catch, and the catch is just outputting errors, right? So we just errors, and we don't want to do anything. We just want to console the log error. Now I'm not doing any error handling. Maybe when I'm building an admin side, I'll probably do more error handling stuff. So that is it. So what does this finish thing do? So what the finish thing does is that it does just some few things. So first of all, this the button loading is equal to false. That's the first thing. And then this the post comment visible. Alright. So you can see the post comment visible is the sheet, right? It's bundled, is modeled to the button sheet. So if the button sheet is false, that means it's going to disappear, right? So that is it. So this dot code comment visible is equal to false, and what else? So now that is equal to false and everything, we need to run this thing. What do you call it? We need to run the post. We need to fetch the post again so that we can get the comments in real, something like a real-time functionality. So for now, let's say we save this. All right, no errors. Cool. So we come here. We add a comment called, this one is by Fanta, and we say hello guys. All right, and we post. So blah blah blah. Default create is not a what is this? V on handler as used webpack. Okay, so create instead of post. All right, cool. Thank you. So we say our name is Chan. Chan comments is hello guys, and we post. So we can see the post is successful because when it's what is it? When it's successful, right? You validate the comment, and then let's add an else. So if the validation fails, what do you want to do? So when validation fails, I want to set the button loading to false, and I want to return false. Right, so this is when my validation all fails. That's what I want to do. Good. So when a comment is successful, it runs a finish, and the finish now stops the loading and closes the comments, and that's just what happened. So the page just got refreshed again, and this came. So now what we have to do, we have to find a way to refresh the page once the comment is sent, right? Yeah. So we're gonna say, so this is a post, right? That's the exact post that we want. So we can, I think we can run this the get post, right? So when this is done, I can say this the, so we get the post again, and I want to be the ID. ID will be this the post the ID. Is it confusing? Well, it shouldn't be confusing. So let me explain. So when it's finished, when the response is successful, we stop the loading, we hide the sheet, and then we fetch this .get post. And we can see here, this .get post is actually fetched when the page get created, right? Good. And then we pass in the ID. ID is got from the query ID. So if you look at here, we can get the ID here of the post in the URL. So after every question mark, that's a query. So you can query the ID, query the title, right? So we get the ID from here. But then I don't want to write this, get the route, call the route again. I just want to just fetch it since we have the post already stored in this here, because in here we save the post to this, the response that we got when we fetched by the ID returns a single post, and that single post is an object, and we save it in this the post. So now we have access to our post, and every post has an ID. So I'm saying get the post again with this ID, and then our comments will be done. So we save this, and then if we come and we go to post comment again, and we call this, I want to use someone from my channel, and let's say Karis, right? So say Karis, and comment say, and what the comment, okay, Karis said, hello, will there be any Vue Sax content coming soon? Why didn't I copy and paste this? That's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, so this is what he said. So you posted, and you can see, wow, we got it, right? Fast. So it's working. It's work. So oops, it's not working here. So we just go back home here. If we go back home here, we can see we have all our thing. So will it be good if we show the number of comments a post has? So yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be cool. Oh, what is this? That's a different project. And so yeah, so our comment is working. Able to post a comment. Yeah, everything looks charming now for at least read a comment. So now the views, right? Let's update the views. And so when somebody clicks on the page and the page loads, actually, we need to find a way to get the views, right? So let me look at how you do it. I think I just want to update views. Yeah, update views. Okay, so I feel like I just copied and pasted it. Yeah, so we're going to run a function called update view, and that will just increment the number update views, because when you go to views here, where's the backend? When you go to post, you have a title, sub content, user ID, category, you have views, which is a number, right? Just a number. So we're just gonna increase it. So update post views. Alright, so what does this method do? What this method does is that so we have to, it's going to edit the post, right? When it edits the post, so I'm thinking of where the, okay, so good. So you can see this, that update post views, right? Cool. And in here, good. I think I found one thing that I can use. Okay, that's it. So we had update the post views, and then what would be the ID? The ID would be this dot. You know what? Let me just leave it. Okay. So when the page loads, it first the comment and then it updates the post with the views, because the views must increase. So this dot update post view. So when we come down here, we're going to create a object saying let's edit post. Let's see, edit post. Edit post views object, right? And then we're going to say it's equal to an empty object. So now I'm going to edit and edit. I'm going to use a dot notation to add key value paste here. So I'm going to say edit post dot id is equal to this dot post. I don't want to send the whole thing, like the whole post object, and then just add a views pattern. No, I don't want to send it. So I'm just creating a new object called post view. So and then we're going to say edit post dot view. Is it view or views? Okay, views, which is a number, right? So it's going to equal to this dot post dot post of post of views. So you're going to say plus equals to 1. So whatever the value is, add 1. That's what that it says, right? Okay, cool. So now you're done, right? So now we can send a request. So you can go to post service dot add post service dot add post. Is it add post? Yeah, add post. Add post. And then we're going to send in the edit post view. And then we're going to return a response. And how we're going to do if it's successful? Well, here we don't actually do anything. We just update it. That's all that we we want to do, right? Yeah, so we just say, what did I do? See this. So actually we don't even have to return any. So we don't do anything, that's all. And then dot catch. But we want to see the errors, right? If there are any errors, you should console log it. Is that the correct form for errors? I think I'm missing another R. So that's what we want to do here. So the then shouldn't do anything. Errors should just catch our errors, and then we update the post views. So we save it. So what? And process entity b. Oh, forget this. Oh, what is? Okay, the first letter is. So we go back to home. There are no errors. We come back here. 3 errors. What are we testing for though? And then okay, the view. So this is 5 now. But why am I getting this? Single post of view. And it says what? Okay, this is 5 now, right? So I'll come back to it. It's still 5. There's an error somewhere. Oh. So it's still 2. We come back here. It's 3. We go back home and it's still 2 here. So let me check. Let me see with Postman. So we go to all the posts. And the views is just 2. Right? The views is 4. So we go to 1. We fetch it. The views is 2. Okay, cool. So I don't understand how this tells me the views is 3. So I'm going to say, let's go to the single post. Let's look for views. Yeah, so this is Or is it storing a string? Am I sending in a string? Let me find out. I hate this. Da, 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 da. Ah, I'm not adding a post. I'm editing the post. Oh gosh, that's an error. I'm editing a post, so this is going to say slash then the ID, right? So post.id. So the whatever I'm sending here in the update post. Oh god, can I be missing this key important things? So the ID is already here, and then the views is what we are updating in the request, right? So we say put request. Oh gosh, I missed this whole thing. That's almost getting that error. So we save it, and now we shouldn't get any errors. So go back home. We have 3, we have 4. Review this. We have 5, right? No errors. We go back again. Nice 5. We come back again. It's 6, right? Good. So we go back again. It's 6. So anytime you view, it counts a view. This is 4 views, and we go back. It's 4 views. So when you come back again to click on it, the views is now 5. So yeah, views is working perfectly. No mistake. So are we done? So we can post. So I think yeah, we can post a comment through Postman, right? That's the only place we can post a comment. But maybe in the future we have to find a way to create an administration panel where we can create our post, where we can post our post. All right. So for now we have it. It's working. So our next thing is that Vue should load only post on Vue. This should load only this on Vue. This should load only that on Vue. And these are just books, so we can just they are links to PDF. So this is easy. You look at that, and then this is just your Twitter handle or whatever social media you're active on, and then home. So let's connect this home to the home, right? So we come here. This should be where navbar component. Come to the navbar. We have this MDI home, right? So we're going to add a router link around this. We're going to say 2 slash, simple as that, to home. So we save it. Oh yeah. Okay, so we go here. We go back to home. So this is just the dash blue thing is just you can write some stuff here. We just want basic CSS, and then we can say a we can say test declaration is none, right? And then when we load it, it's gone. You can see there's no dash again. So that's basically it. So I'm looking. So yeah. So in the next video, we'll just load the components, the post according to the categories, and then I think we'll be done with everything on the front end, like everything on the blog aspect of things. So maybe we'll design a small administration panel where you can add a post, delete a comment, do your normal stuff at the back end or something, right? So for now, this looks good, and then we can also look at how we can share. I mean, you should So this date is updated at it was updated this posted on this and updated on this. You understand today. So if you go back to the home, you can see updated 3 minutes ago. I'm using, and then the actual date was posted is this, right? So just get that. So you're going to create a small administration panel. So maybe we can route to admin like this, and then that will just open an administrative this thing for us that we can just add a post, delete a post, and do all that stuff. And then we can add a lot of, and then we can also add a lot of functionalities. We can have a navigation drawer coming from here to add a lot of anything cool you want, like a chat questions. Yeah, I can have that. I can click in and it shows a box and say add your questions or something. So users can send in their questions or anything they want to chat with you with, so they can click in it. And then we can think of making this responsive on mobile devices because people are accessing it. So that's some key things we can add to our project as time goes on, right? But in our next video, since we are done with it, I think the cool stuff we can be posting our stuff through Postman. So if you're not going to do anything here, I'm going to look at the basic way we can host this. So how do we host it? How do we put this online, with our Lava backend and our Vue frontend? How do we put it online? Maybe on Netlify or something so people can see it, right? So we'll look at that in our next upcoming video. Or no, we have to solve the issue with this first. All right, when this is done, then we can look at putting it online, something like that. So I'll meet you in the next episode.